There are some things in life that we spend so long preparing for, and yet when they come, we're still not ready. If you've ever moved home, you'll know that long after you've packed up all the big stuff and all the big boxes, you still seem to keep finding drawers and nooks and crannies filled with things that need to be sorted and put away. You may have had that feeling of starting a new job after years of working up to that promotion, of studying and preparing for that role, and still you feel like an imposter when you get there, like you just have no idea what you're doing. Or some of us may have that feeling of spending years preparing for retirement, and yet when life comes after work, it's disorientating and we're not sure what to do and have to put new rhythms and a new way of life together. Jesus, in the Lent readings this week, is preparing his disciples for the disorientation of the cross. He's been speaking about this. His life, his works, his teaching has been pointing towards what God is going to do through the cross. And yet this is going to be difficult. And in today's passage, Jesus starts to prepare them. The reading is John 13, verses 18 to 30. And he starts to prepare them by focusing on the betrayal. Jesus knows that this is going to be tough for them. If he is sovereign and saviour, how can he be tricked? How can one of his disciples be the one to force him to go to a place they do not want him to go? Jesus shares this, and the disciples are confused and not a little outraged, and they whisper to the disciple Jesus loved, which traditionally we think of as John, the writer of this gospel. And John leans against the chest of Jesus, such a tender image, as they are sharing a meal together, and says, "Jesus, who could do this?" And Jesus says, "Watch, you'll see." And he takes some bread and he dips it and he tenderly feeds the one who will betray him. In this picture is incredible divine knowledge, and is this intimate, tender love, a saviour who can be leaned against and betrayed. Is a saviour who knows that his greatest weakness, the point of his torture and death on the cross, will become our strength, will become something that will sustain and save us. I wonder today, if you feel a little confused by what's happening in your life. I wonder if you see the situation and can't see what Jesus would be doing in it. Perhaps your problems just seem too big. Jesus knows. Jesus knows the fullness. He is prepared. He has seen each part. And he's ready to walk through that journey with us to bring about what God would do in us. Maybe you feel like Jesus is just too far away, like he is distant, like he is off saving the world in some far needier place. Or you just feel like your ears are too quiet and his voice is too much of a whisper. You don't know what he's saying or what he's doing, and you don't feel his presence with you where you are right now. Jesus is not too far. He's there in the place where we can lean against him. I pray that as you read today's passage, something of the intimacy and tenderness of a saviour who gently fed his betrayer, and something of the strength and the size of a saviour who knows all things and has a bigger plan and a bigger purpose than the struggles we walk through. I pray that something of those truths would speak to you and bring you comfort and hope where you are today.